This is my story of how to get screwed by PayPal and why you shouldn't use PayPal ever for anything. My story goes, and this is probably anybody else's story. It was a regular day, and I was on eBay looking for some items to sell, and I found a couple that I wanted to sell, and so I decided to go ahead and sell them. Tip: don't ever use drop shipping, don't ever use eBay, and don't ever use PayPal, and you're gonna have to deal with the noise behind me. Oh well, such is life. But I was using a drop shipping company for one of my eBay auctions, and the auction went through fine. No Nigerian scammers, nothing. Everything was perfectly fine. So the payment goes through, and I go pay for the drop shipping item, and I'm waiting on my shipping number. Well, a couple days goes by because the auction was on a Friday, so I figured, well, they'll probably close Saturday and Sunday, so I'll give them a couple of days for the shipping number. Okay, fine. Well, while I was waiting for the shipping number, PayPal steps in and decides, oh, there's something fishy about this transaction that went through, which is a perfectly legitimate transaction. I've been with PayPal since they came out. When did they come out? You do the math on how many years I've been with PayPal, and I've been a loyal customer with them. So PayPal steps in and views the payment from that auction as a fraudulent charge. So what happens? They put my account on hold. Okay, I don't really see what's going on here. And so they look into it and they make an executive decision without my knowledge, without my consent. They're not a bank, they're a private entity. They can do whatever they want. They can screw you over for millions of dollars. You got no say in it. Anyways, so they make an executive decision to close my account. I'm like, well, what the heck is this? In the meantime, I have money coming through from my bank through the PayPal account to the dropshipping person, which never got the money, by the way. I had to talk to the dropshipping person and the buyer of the auction and have them cancel their orders, and they're perfectly fine with it. But then I also had another problem on my hands. Sure, I refunded the money back to I was able to refund the money in my account back to the eBay buyer, but my money that I was out of, which was about $500, no, scratch that, $700, closer to $900, that I was out of, they wouldn't give that money back to me. No matter what I did, no matter how many people I talked to, I even talked to their manager, and it got heated enough to the point, and they hid behind their policies to the point where we had no other action other than to take PayPal to court. I'm not kidding you. If you want to verify any of this, speak to me personally, speak to anybody else involved in this whole situation. We can give you all the documentation you will ever need. Not to mention there's hundreds of websites and thousands, if not maybe tens of thousands of customers, loyal customers just like me, just like you, who can be screwed over by PayPal at any time. So I'm out my money, right? I want my money back. Oh, PayPal's response: we have to hold on to it because you're too much of a risk and there might be chargebacks. This is what they said. If you want documentation, like I said, I have it. So they're like, oh, well, in case there's any chargebacks. And I'm like, what chargebacks? There's no other things going through on my PayPal account because you closed it. My money is sitting in your holding tank. I want it back. They wouldn't listen. So we had to call the lawyer. And while we were waiting for word back from the lawyer on exactly what to do and how we would handle the next step, yeah, taking a big company to court against an individual, that'd be really interesting. I decided to bring my bank into this and report the charge as fraudulent. Well, I got the money back into my account thanks to my bank. I guess when you have a bank regulated by the FDIC sitting on a private entity, they start freaking out. So they gave me back my money. And I have an email proving that. So that is basically my tale of woe. I was able to get my money back, luckily. Otherwise, it would have been sitting in that PayPal account for 6 months. I am not kidding you. This is the way that PayPal does business. If you want to know the easiest way to get screwed over by PayPal, just do what you've been doing. And one day, out of the blue, this will happen to you. I'm not making this up. I am not lying. I've been a loyal customer of PayPal's for years. Because of what they have done, they betrayed my trust. They betrayed everybody else involved who, by the way, have also had their accounts closed. And I'm not the only one. If you want thousands of documented proof, I have links on my blog post as to where you can find these horror stories from PayPal. PayPal needs to be held accountable for this. PayPal is the one responsible for this. PayPal is not a bank. It's a private entity. They're not regulated by the FDIC. They can hold on to your money as long as they want to, close your account at any time for whatever reason they choose, and keep that money. You ever wonder how PayPal makes their money? It's because of the money that they're holding on to in the PayPal accounts. They make interest off of that money. I'm not lying. I'm not joking. PayPal needs to be held responsible for this gross misuse of power, and if anything, we need to get the FDIC involved in this and start regulating this, because PayPal, they're responsible for 70 if not 80% of all transactions conducted online. This is very real danger and very scary. PayPal can do whatever they want, and you want to know what? The title of this video basically sums it up. How can you get screwed over by PayPal? Simply do nothing. If I were you, and you have a PayPal account, I don't care. I don't care what your excuse is. I would highly recommend you go in, close your PayPal account immediately, never use them again. Take out all of your financial information, unlink all of your cards, all of your bank accounts. Do not touch PayPal. I'm calling for a boycott on this.